Alisa in Tekken 7 would be my main, I suppose, if I had one. Really, I feel like it's the same between Yoshimitsu and Alisa. Like, you know, how iMusician will say that they main both characters, but iMusician is mainly known for Yoshimitsu. I'm the same way, but I'm more with Alisa, hence why my name is / was Seth Boot, reference to Alisa's boot stance. So this is my other main. I'm doing this before watching the Alisa trailer because honestly, I cannot help myself. I've been waiting to see Alisa for over a year at this point, and since the whole move list is right here, I can't say no, and I'm sure I'm still going to be excited when her trailer comes out. But I really want to look and see the changes that they've done. Again, this is from Yakub D. So thank you, Yakub, for spending your time just going over everyone's move list, because there is absolutely no footage of Alisa outside of this from that influencer event. No one played Alisa. I looked because I wanted to look at gameplay of Alisa before looking at the move list, but not a single person played Alisa during this whole thing. People played Yoshi, no one played Alisa. So I'm super thankful that I can look at Alisa's moveset. I have absolutely no idea what to expect from here. It could go any way. It could go anywhere with what they're going to do with her. I think that they're going to go further in the direction based on how she's changed over Tekken 7, the direction of making her more of a stance, offense, and defense character, and making DES stronger, even though I think it's the most underrated thing in the entirety of Tekken 7 between every character, destruction stance. But I think they're going to go more that route, so I'm assuming that she's going to get new stuff in destruction stance primarily, but we'll see. What the hell was that? What was that? Huh? They changed 3-2? Okay. Is it still 13? I mean, we're going to get to this, but again, I just can't help myself. It's still 13 frame punches. Only -2 into DES when it was -12 before. That's fucking crazy. Is that a heat only thing or... Wow, and it does damage on chip like you're in key charge. That's so fucking cool. I wonder if you can still chip kill in Tekken 8 with key charge. I've never tested it. I don't know why I didn't, but I never tested it. And I should have. But if you can do this while in heat and then key charge and then get even more chip damage in key charge and you can still chip kill in this game, oh my god. Because this is already a practical thing that you can do in Tekken 7 with Alisa. It's just a very niche thing that happens rarely, but it does come up. I've won a tournament doing it. So that much chip damage just in heat and DES, that's insane. Especially if you actually know how to use DES as well. A lot of people are going to be learning DES, and a lot of people are going to have to learn how to deal with DES because basically no one does. That's crazy. Yeah, using Saw is enhanced damage on block, so it looks like just the same as it is normally in when you're in key charge in Tekken 7, which also means that stuff like you can activate, it's practical with Alisa more than any other character to activate heat while out of neutral, same way that you would do key charge or like as Oki or something, and then go into dual boot and do like dual boot 1+2 or dual boot 1 or whatever new dual boot moves that she may have, and you don't even have to worry about the counter hit because you're just in heat. That's insane. She can go into dual boot. Wow. Okay. So the thing is with this dual boot, being able to go into it from neutral, how much heat does this cost? Okay, that's way too much heat to do this. This is useless. It needs to be half that amount of heat. Because dual boot 1+2 is useless. You can see the video of Chanel ducking it blindfolded. Dual boot 1 is also pretty useless because it's a reactable high you just duck and launch punish. It's just no one uses boot, let alone dual boot with Alisa, so no one knows how to react to it, but I can. So that move kind of sucks. So the only real advantage of getting out of dual boot as opposed to regular boot is dual boot 1+2. But even then, you can just do dual boot 2, and it does basically the same thing. And then you obviously have 3. So unless they've changed dual boot in some meaningful way, this is useless. This is just a waste of meter. Oh, this is the first hit of down back 2. The one that would do the nosebleed stun. If they didn't break it, you got to launch them. Fun. Yeah, so 13 frame punish is now a heat engager, which is great because that punish was not really, was pretty underutilized, but it still wasn't that good, all things considered. And the fact it's only -2 on block as well is just unbelievable. So 1+2. So this would normally be the King move where she goes in the air and then bop. I love doing that move specifically against King and Armor King just to fuck with them. But this does seem like it's a lot better than that move. There are very niche situations where that move is usable with Alisa, but generally it's not very good. So just replacing it is probably the right call. Yeah, forward 2 can still go into DES. Forward 2-1 being a heat engager. It's definitely worse than this move being a wall bound. But on the other hand, the problem with this move is that really only made the whole string threatening at the wall. So being able to have it be threatening as a heat engager at all times is pretty nice because it makes the forward 2 better in all situations, but the problem is it's overall worse when the opponent's back is to the wall. That said, it doesn't really matter because forward 2 is only -2 on block, and I just think it's objectively better in every way to back 1 and puts you in DES, and it's an unbelievable move, and it's one of the most underrated moves in the entire game. So even without this, it's still really strong. Does it buff forward 2 overall? Probably. It just makes it not as strong at the wall, but it's still really good as a heat engager. That's new. That's 16 frames. I don't think she had anything with up forward 2 before. If she did, then it was bad and I don't remember it. Okay. That seems like a really, really good heat engage move. It depends on what it is on block, though, right? It depends on what this is on block. If this is safe on block, this would be crazy. And puts her in it. If it's like -9, then it'd be okay. It's fine, whatever. But if this is like -4, -5, oh boy. Okay, so this is a new DES move. And forward 2-1 isn't a notation that she had before. So let's just stop on this. 15! That's fast! So the fastest move Alisa has in DES is 12. And then I think the next fastest is 16. It's 16 or 15 or 14. It's somewhere in there. The point being that having a 15 frame move in DES that's also a heat engager is pretty good. Even if it's not natural. Again, it really depends on because if the last hit here is like -9, then it's whatever. But it's still a string you can stagger in DES that will do chip damage on block, is all mid, and is a heat engager. Pretty good. Okay, so you can only go into DES manually now while in heat and using heat, which is fine because this is completely useless anyway. This is completely useless. I don't know why this is a heat thing, because this is just a waste of meter. Again, unless that they've given her something new in dual boot, this is completely useless. This is a complete waste of heat. You would much rather just do forward 2, 1+2 in neutral than that. But that's a weird heat smash. She has follow-ups as well. So this is like up forward 3. It has follow-ups. She can go into boot off of it. Okay. Maybe dual boot as well. Maybe that's what the forward 3 is. It's just weird that's not 3+4. Okay. Rage art time. I'm ready for this. Oh, that was her, That's her back 2 in DES. Anyway, sorry for pausing. What the fuck is that? Oh, I love it. Oh, it really appeals to my Yoshi brain. About just how absolutely ridiculous that is. That's so good. All right, 1-1. Still can transition to DES. 1-2. Oh, that's new. Backup 2 now. Not unblockable, but is a high. Okay. I think this is does chip damage on block. Okay, so oh no, wait. Okay, so she still has that, so this is still pretty much useless. Oh, but she doesn't have 1-2-4, so the 1-2-2 replaces the 1-2-4 that would normally counter hit launch, and now she has that, which makes that whole thing pretty much completely unusable. But whatever, I'm not going to worry about it too much. 2-2, is this a just frame input? If this was a just frame input, I don't know what this actually says. Unhit or block. Maybe it's not just frame, then sad. So what is this as a punish? I'm assuming this is a punish because it's 2, so it'd be for 12. Yeah, so it would replace 2-4 potentially. Yeah, so it replaces 2-4, which I think is fine because it looks cool. And she still has 2-3-3, which is this is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Alisa move. There's no way this is natural. This is I know the combo counter is supposed to be correct, but there's no way 2-3-3 is natural. This used to be that. Oh yeah, because you can see it on the health gauge here. So I don't know why it's. Oh wait, no, that was just because I was waiting over time. There's no way this is natural, because this is normally only natural if the first hit counter hits, which is what makes this move so cool. Is that it has a super tight window to hit confirm it, but if you can hit confirm it, it's a very, very strong move. It's one of my favorite Elisa moves. If they just made this move natural, this would be the best 12 frame punish in the game, because the damage is about the same. And it would wall splat. No, this is not natural. I don't believe it. Holson, welcome back. That move is still completely useless. Yeah, still 42 for A. Okay. Oh, she still has 3-4-2 as well. So she can choose if she wants to go in the heat or not then. And it's a high mid mix up because this doesn't jail. Same damage as well. That's pretty good. It's probably still -12, but considering the other one's like -2, puts her in DES and has a mid. That's pretty fucking good. What was this on hit here, frame-wise? Yeah, +5, okay. 4 doesn't knock down anymore? What the hell? It's +14, oops, it's +14 though, so I wonder if she gets, 4-3-2 Gantee at the wall or something, or if it just wall spots in general still. That not knocking down though was very funny. But it's still fine, the move's still really good. It's what, -2, -4 on block, it's really good. Yeah, so, yeah, we already went over this move earlier. Okay, so here, interesting, the destruction transition is new, but it doesn't talk about being able to cancel the third hit like you normally can. Normally you can cancel the third hit to just have her spin. I think that, I'm assuming that this is still -10. With Ford 2-1 being a heat engager, this might be a bit better, especially since it has the DES transition. I still don't know if I'd call this good though, but it's better. Wow, that doesn't launch anymore. Wow, that doesn't launch. What would you get here then? Probably back to 1, right? Probably do 15, 20 damage because of the scaling. So you're talking about 50 damage. Makes sense. Okay. So I guess forward 1 plus 2 then is going to be the 14 frame punish. That's still 14 as well for the wall. Whoa, you can DES from forward 4. That's so good. See, I love forward 4 by itself. I don't think that this is an underrated move. I think this is a me thing. But I really like forward 4. 16 frame startup, plus on hit, homing move. Doesn't have a lot of range, so people value back 3 over it more. Back 3, though, is slow. I like this, and I like sometimes just throwing out the high, throwing caution to the wind. Sometimes, of course, people will duck it, but if it hits and it catches them and you get a read on it, that's a lot of damage. So now being able to do just the forward 4 and the DES so they can't always duck it, and they have to worry about the DES mix-ups now and the chip damage when you're in heat. Oh boy, that's really good. I'm very happy about that. Ooh, that's good. Be able to draw my pain in Tekken 8 demo. Just be a crackhead. Ooh, okay, so this isn't a launch anymore. So they just got rid of her 14 frame launches completely then. Yeah, because that's only plus 14. Although you could maybe do after that a guaranteed 3-2, right? Forward 3-2 wouldn't work here because they're in a crouching state, but maybe you could 3-2 as the heat engager. That would make sense. Going into boot here though, you can like normal, but so you can do the extension off of running 2 unless they've changed that. But this isn't a launcher anymore, so she just doesn't have a 14 frame launch at all. The best that she'll probably get is the heat transition, which is still good. This good old boot. That looks like it's faster. No, it's not. It's not. Not natural, right? Yeah, not natural still. Down forward 2, still 16. Probably still isn't launch crouching either. Down forward 3, still the same, still natural. I quite like using this move as a hit confirm, but it's only 1+1. We didn't change that, so whatever. That move's still the same. It's not great. Depends on the frame down on block though. Still goes in the back up there. What's the frames on this? Yeah, +8. Okay. Can we see? Did I see that right? Is down 4 only -1 now? I did not see that right. It doesn't tell us. Okay, I really want to know if down 4 is still -6 on hit or not, but whatever. A lot of people swear by that move. I think it's shit. Oh, you can still go into DES. So why does it cost heat then? Why does it cost heat? That's weird. Okay. Same old snake edge. Yeah, there's daisy chain. Oh! Daisy chain is natural now, but doesn't lead to nosebleed stun. I wonder if this is still punishable then. Used to be -10. I like the concept of this move as a poke. I always have. But it only being natural on counter hit and the nosebleed stun not being guaranteed always made this, and it being punishable, always made this move bad. But I always liked it as a mid poke. So it being natural makes it a lot better practically because a good play will just break the nosebleed stun, of course. And then the follow-ups you get are not very good. But it depends on if this move is still punishable on block or not. If it's like -5 and you can go into DES off of it, but again, remains to be seen. -2 instead of -1. Rest of it's pretty much the same. Still 24 frames, still reactable, still shit. Back 1 +8 on hit, still price, still -9. Again, this is another move a lot of Alisa players swear by. I just think forward 2 is better in every single way, and I think that's only going to be exacerbated by how she works with heat and DES in this game. Eventually, people will see it my way. Ooh, okay. So I'm wondering then. So normally these back 1, especially back 2 moves, especially back 2-4 hit confirmable. And then you have the mid, which is -12 and forces crouch at 14 or something. And then you obviously have the high. So now she has back 2-1 on top of this 2-3 move now, which knocks them down face down head towards. So you might be able to get like a down 3 or something. It's natural. But I have to wonder if this is hit confirmable or not. Don't know, it's hard to tell. And then she still has the 4, which doesn't knock down, but probably wall splats. And a lot of the time you only use this move when the opponent's back is to the wall for the wall splat anyway, because it's so risky otherwise. But now with the 3, who knows? Back 3 is the same. Back 4-3 is the same. It's 15 instead of... Wasn't it 16 before? Am I misremembering? I'm pretty sure back 4 was 16 before. I'd be wrong, though. Didn't really use this as a launch punish, so I didn't pay attention to the specifics when it came to that. I just used top kick. But still has back 4-4, can still go in the boot off of it. Down forward 1+2 is now back 1+2. Place because it's why I got the computer for. Fair enough. That move still exists. Still option selectable. Still slow as hell. Hang up. I wish this move was more practical. I really do. They changed back forward 2 into up back 2, which is insanely powerful. So the thing is with this, it's 16 frames instead of 13 though. So the thing is with this move, in Tekken 7, if you have the easy inputs on, the armor move that Alisa has for her like easy input armor move is the back forward 2. And when you can just throw it out at 13 without having to do the back forward, it's crazy. It being on up back, this move's crazy. I'm telling you, being able to hold back with Alisa and do this armor move is really, really, really good. And practically speaking, the frame down hasn't changed either because it's 13, but you had to have a frame of back, a frame of neutral, and then a frame of forward, and 2 at fastest, it would be 15. So that's really good. It being on up back now. Oh, I love this move. Oh, I love this move so much. She still has it, but it's up 1+2. All right. Ooh, no new move. What the hell was this Blaze Blue ass voice line? I don't even know where to start with this move. So it's 1 hit. You can go into boot and dual boot by pressing 3 or 4 or 4, 3, and 4 like any other move. So it's like, in a way, up 4, 3, except it does 44 damage and is just 1 hit. I really wonder what this is on block. This has to be super punishable. This has to be like on block. If you go in the boot, you get floated, and if you just do nothing, then you're like -14 or something. There's no way. Yeah, up forward 2, that move just seems insane. So she still has up forward 3-2, and she can still go into the boot and all of that stuff. Seems like the same as normal. This move, the thing is with this move, again, not seeing it on block, it's hard to tell if this move is still useless or not. But you're normally able to just option select this move with 4. If she goes in the boot, you hit her out of the air. If she does the extension, you hit her out of the air. If they've changed that so you can't just forward and knock her out of the air, then this move is 1,000 times better. And I think even in Tekken 8 system, it's better because 4s generally aren't going to lead to tailspins anymore. But they can still float, so I guess it's going to depend on from character to character. But I think in general, the move's going to be better. It's just, you know, it could still be bad. Yeah, that's the same. I really want to know if this is still 0 on block. Again, this is another move that I love using because it has some weird-ass tech traps and cross-ups. It's like, this is like the only move in the entire Tekken game of Tekken that crosses up. It's very rare, but there are some weird-ass setups where you can cross up with it. Other things that cross up, like with Alisa, you have to jump over them. This is just a move that can cross up. I hope that's still a thing. Forward 4-2-3, forward 4-2-4-4, still go in the boot. Yeah, it's still the same as normal. That doesn't combo a normal hit anymore. Surely then that means that it's not -16 anymore, right? And you can actually use that as a poke now, right? Right? Wow, even on counter hit, it doesn't combo anymore. And the DES transition is only on, whatchamahoosh, it's on counter hit. You can't do it manually like you could before. It's +13 though, so you get forward 1 guaranteed here, which is quite a bit of damage still. Rocket Punch! I love Rocket Punch. It's such a bad move, but I love that move. Running 2, you still get forward 1 +2 guaranteed there into the Oki from boot. That's great. Frames on it, still 13, I hope. Yeah! This is my favorite whiff punish in the entire game. Input buffering running 2, whiff punishing with instant while running 2, and then getting a mini combo with boot Oki. Oh my god, I love that. Yeah, that seems about the same. That's the same. 10 string is the same. Same taunt. Can she still do the chainsaws in the taunt? Can still go in the DES off of key charge. That's huge. If chip kills is still in Tekken 8, that key charge and heat, that's gonna go crazy with Alisa. Dude, I just realized, doing heat engager like 3-2 with Alisa, going into heat key charging in the DES, and if you can pull off like 4-2 or something before they can react to it, they're going to lose like 30 health on block from 1-4-2. If you don't get counter hit out of that, that's going to be crazy. You have to really condition them to do that, though, because key charge is so slow, but if chip kills are in this game, that would go crazy. Except to be kind of useless if they have rage, because they could just mash rage when you do key charge. But still, don't worry about the specifics. The idea is funny. Still a high. This is another one. 13 was not natural. So this whole thing with all of the combo counter is actually correct. Now, for some reason with Alisa, it's not. Who knows? But there's no way this is a 13 frame. There's no way there's a WoW Rising 13 frame launcher. I just do not. I know Kazuya was in the closed network test. I'm not ignorant, but at the same time, WoW Rising 2 still 17. Still has clockwork. That doesn't lead to, well, I guess before the combo that you would get, you just got down 4, 1 + 2, and then they were back turn, so you didn't really get much. So that actually might be better combo-wise. Yep, that's the same. Probably still get crouch cancel down 3 as well. Sad Hound. Yeah, it looks the same frame down-wise. You still get, the whatchamahooshits there. That's still not natural on normal hit. The sidestep 4 is still 24 frames, but still a pretty decent move. Back turn 4. That's still a thing. Looks like you still get running 1+2 as well out of it. Back turn 3+4 is gone. There's no way. There's no way that they did that to me. There's no way that they got rid of back turn 3+4. I don't believe it. They're lying. They did not get rid of back turn 3+4 for no reason. I just don't believe them. I don't. Still has the 1 here. So that's 14. So that's his second fastest move out of DS, and then the new one, the forward 2-1, is the third fastest. Which is really good, actually, because the 1 is -9 on block, and this is one of the most minus moves that she has in DES. So if the opponent blocked this, you would just immediately be taken out of DES. So the fact that now she has a 15-frame move, it's only 1 frame slower, but she has a 15-frame move to still do some frame traps with that has decent range and she can stagger, is pretty good. And it looks like you still have to roll here to get out of boot 2, although they might be a little bit closer. And if they're a little bit closer, then boot 1+2 might actually go over them. It's hard to tell. I can't tell based on this. Actually, yeah, I don't know. Dual boot might go over them. I don't know. I think if they get up, it'll still hit, but if they lie still, it might go over. I don't know. Still has 2-1. That tail spins now instead of giving you the down for 1+2. So it's basically the same thing, but a little bit less damage. 1+2, this move is super underrated. 16 frame homing. So good. Yeah, +9 on hit still. Prize still plus on block. I think the damage, is the damage a little bit less? No, it's the same. I think it's the same. Yeah, new heat engager as well. New DES move. Forward 1+2. I'm assuming you still just do the 1+2 because this follow-up is still trash. Down 1. Still 21. You can probably still buffer the animation to make it unseeable sidestep, so that's not a big deal. Wow! Down 2 is new! Okay! Alright. 22. It's 22 frames. The thing is, though, she doesn't... The difference between this and down 1... Listen, here's the thing. Down 1 is seeable. You have to sidestep. The reason why it's seeable is because she gets low. If you're looking for Alisa getting low when she's in DES, it's always going to be down 2. She has no other moves that do that. So because the animation is so telegraphed, even though it's 21 frames, so it's fairly quick, you can react to it. The way that normally she has to do it so that you mask the animation is sidestep left, because sidestep left she does a little bit of a crouch, so it masks that in the same way that way, like with Yoshimitsu, if you do if you press down and flee and then do kangaroo kick or 2, it masks the animation a little bit. The difference is with this move, because she's not crouching as much in the startup, it's not as telegraphed, so it makes it pretty decent. Yeah, it looks like it forces her out of DES though, which is the trade-off, but still. Back 2-1 still exists, and interestingly as well, knocks down there. It didn't knock down before, right? Okay. Yeah, the thing is with back 2-1 as well, the first hit on counter hit did absolutely nothing, even though it had an effect, so I'm really wondering if it does anything new on counter hit now. Yeah, still has the orbital, can still combo off of it. Very cool. Back turn. Yeah, so boot is now, that's faster. Wow. Dual boot is so much faster. What the hell? That is so much faster than it was before. Wow, and you can still cancel out of it. Wait, you can cancel out of dual boot. Whoa, you can press back during dual boot. You can do back sway. That's so good. Oh, that's so good. You have no idea how good that is. Being able to do the back sway out of dual boot, oh my god, that makes it so much better. That makes it astronomically better. You have no idea. Oh, you have no fucking idea. Oh, that is the one thing I wanted out of dual boot, because here's the thing, a lot of moves in dual boot aren't very good. Again, the 1's reactable, the 4 is launch punishable, and so it's shit. The 2 is pretty decent at 0, and then the 3 is just the same as boot 3. The thing is that you can press up or down to do the up or down 3+4 normally to evade things, but that has a lot of recovery to it. Then you're kind of forced to just mix up with the 1, which is -13, and you're only mixing up with timing. Being able to back sway out of it, though, to get people to whiff like you would in normal boot, and then having access to dual boot, to destruction stance moves like 1 and forward 1+2 is crazy. Because you're not going to be forced into backup, I'm assuming, out of this. And even if you are, still being able to do backup 3 is insane. Being able to do it out of dual boot. Oh my god. That's so good. And now that's on down 4-3 instead of down 3+4, up 3+4. And then she still has the extension. Wow, the one knocks down though. I wonder if they changed the frame down that, because that used to be a wall bounce. And I'll be honest, move was borderline useless before it got the wall bounce property. Still not very good though. So the fact that only like is +14 doesn't even knock down. That move better not be -13 anymore. If that's still -13, Jesus Christ. Okay. She can forward dash in DES? Oh my god, that's insane. You have no idea how crazy that is. It's so crazy. I accidentally clicked out of the damn video. Oh my god. That's unbelievable. That's one of the main issues she's always had with DES, where if you get out like here with Alisa in DES, you're just done. Because she can't move forward, she can't move backwards. Her, like I said, her dual boot moves are kind of shit. They're all very linear, so the opponent can just sidewalk for the rest of their life and avoid everything that you can do out of dual boot. So you just have to put away the chainsaws if you're playing against someone that knows what they're doing. Being able to forward dash in DES is such a game changer. Oh my god. Please tell you can backdash as well. That's fucking crazy. That's so crazy. Oh my god, that's so crazy. Wow, and the boot cancel is faster as well. Wow. Still transition. Still has the 3. +4. Wasn't the 3 0 on hit? I might be wrong. Might be wrong. Might not be. I think it was though. 27 frames, that move is still unusable. Okay, so they've changed absolutely nothing in boot. That's fine. What's the frames on this? Is this still like 28 or whatever it was? 24? This might actually not be reactable now, because this used to be slower. This used to be like 28 or something. Yeah, that's noticeably faster. That might not be reactable. It's hard to say though. Yeah, because you might be able to mix it up with the 2-1 so that they can't see, because it does have, it's not telegraphed with it being 24 instead of 28 or 30 or whatever it was. So that move might actually be usable now, which would be really, really good. One plus two still the same. What the hell is that? Okay. All right. All right. They're playing specifically to my feelings at this point. Wow, look at the pose. Oh, that's so sick. What's the frames on this? 19. That's so good. I wonder what that is on block. I'm assuming it's going to be -6. Somewhere around there. That's so good. What the hell? She has a hell sweep out of dual boot? That's disgusting! 19 frame hell sweep out of dual boot? That's disgusting, especially against characters like Kazuya of 13 frame while rising launches. One of the things about Alisa is that destruction stance isn't very good against characters like Kazuya and Eddie who have 13 frame launches, or even 14 like Jin and Raven, because not only can like Mishimas make Electric's mids against Alisa in DES, but also dual boot 3 being her only low is launch punishable against those characters. So dual boot 3 is still going to be very useful in a lot of matchups, even more so probably because of the from crouch mix-up that you get. But having a hell sweep against those characters so that you can just throw that out there if you get into dual boot, because the 3 is going to be launch punishable anyway, is so good. Wow. All right, what'd they do the backup? I love backup stance. You know how much I love backup stance. That's still 11 frames, and that's still +6. Wow, the 2 isn't unblockable anymore. That's kind of sad, actually, because there was some times where you could use 2, and again, they were very impractical situations, but sometimes they would come up, and when that move hits, oh my god. I don't know what the point of this move is. It looks like it does chip damage on block, but with backup 1, unless they made that move minus, which would be very sad because of how funny that move is 99% of the time, I don't see a reason to ever use this move outside of combos. Still got the 3, you still probably get the combo off of it. That has more range. That would not hit from that distance in Tekken 7. Right, she saw us the rocket to punchy! Oh, I'm happy. Yes. Every time throughout this, I've been complaining, oh, well, I wish she started this move, but I guess this is fine that she's lost it because it wasn't really that good, even though it was funny sometimes. She still has the move, even if it's bad. I love it. That's it. Now we got grabs. Man, if only she had a grab in DES. Bop, bop, bop. That throw seemed like it was faster, right? 12 frames. I don't know. For some reason, I thought that was a faster throw than usual, but yeah, because like the from crouch one is 11. I don't know. I'm going crazy. Yeah, so still kind of a useless parry, right? Only parries highs, but again, it's funny. I'm glad that they didn't get rid of any of the funny stuff with Alisa. Wow. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. It's mostly what I thought, where it's a lot of like buffing DES to make it more, not make it more usable or practical. Because like I said earlier, like at the beginning, I think that destruction stance is the most underrated thing in the entire game of Tekken 7. More than any character, more than any move, any stance, like it is the most underrated thing, bar none. So giving her that 4-2-1 is going to change the dynamic a lot. The chip damage in DES as well, oh my god. Making 4-2-1 a heat engage just seems like it's pretty good. And then the changes to dual boot as well. A lot of practical changes, like the change to like dual boot 1. And even though she has that house sweep now out of dual boot, one, you still have to actually get into dual boot, right? And they sped up the timing of dual boot. They made it come out faster, which is good. That helps a lot. But then the other thing is that the 30 is still practical as well, because like I said earlier, the whole thing with dual boot is if they have a 14 frame launcher, and if you do dual boot 3 or boot 3 for that matter, the move really sucks in those matchups because you get launched out of it and you get very little reward. And again, I think it was 0 on hit before, and now it's +4. I might also be confusing this with Kunimitsu. Again, my brain just goes everywhere. But it's still really useful because of the from crouch mix up that you get from it, and with destruction stance being stronger now, it makes that from crouch mix up even better. But then having the house sweep as well for those other matchups is really, really nice. I think, me personally, I would still rather use boot 3 in matchups where characters can't launch punish boot 3, but in matchups where they can, I think I would most of the time rather use the house sweep. So that's really cool. And then having the new mid out of it as well, that's really nice. There's a lot of things that remain to be seen, though. There's a lot of things where they're like on paper potentially useful, but then in practice aren't very good because of frame data and option selecting and stuff, like with up forward 3 being option selectable with a 4. So that kind of stuff remains to be seen if they've improved on that or not and made it more usable. But, you know, overall, it's just, you know, it's Alisa and they made destruction stance stronger, but they did it in a smart and practical way instead of making the whole thing brain dead, where they gave her a couple of new options that aren't necessarily super strong on their own, but are very, very powerful if you can use the rest of the stance in conjunction with those moves, and you're able to do, like, force the from crouch mix-ups outside destruction stance, and force, and go, and know how to properly go into destruction stance without just getting killed because you do something stupid, like, I don't know, like 1-1 on block into DES or something, right? Instead doing like 4-2 into DES and mixing out with 4-2-1 and 4-2-1+2 and stuff like that. So yeah, this was great. This was fantastic. The only thing I wish is that they gave her one new thing out of boot, but I guess this is the other thing too, right? I said that they didn't give her brain dead stuff that just fill all of the holes that she has. On one hand, I'm like, you know, it would be kind of nice if she had a homing move, but on the other hand, the way that you compensate for that with Alisa, if you're a good Alisa player, is using the cancels from boot. And they gave her that in DES as well. So instead of just giving her a straight up homing move in boot to fix that issue, where you can sidewalk everything when she's in boot, instead they made it so, oh, if you're in dual boot and they're doing that, just cancel it. Cancel it, be in their face, be able to forward dash and back dash and then go from there, which is great. It's such a smart way to do it because it encourages better like play. It encourages smarter play, and it encourages trying to pursue Alisa's skill ceiling instead of it just being like, oh yeah, this stuff was hard and this is a character that people perceive as easy, so let's just give her a homing move in boot just so that she's perfect. I love it. I love it. It's exactly what I wanted. It's nothing that I didn't want. That's the other big thing too. There's nothing in here that makes me go, oh, that sucks. Even the house sweep, which I'm notorious for saying, oh yeah, I hate when characters just get house sweeps for no reason. With Alisa and dual boot in this case, it actually makes sense and it works, and it's not just something that they're using to fill in all of the holes, but instead to fill in specific matchups. And it's not just going to overwrite boot 3, because boot 3 is still going to have use in a lot of matchups. So I'm really happy. This was great. This was great. And, you know, the other thing, too, if I had just seen this from a trailer, I wouldn't know what to think. I probably would have been pissed off seeing the house sweep and dual boot, but seeing this here in the move list and seeing everything come together, this was great. I'm super, super happy. Like, I was happy with Yoshimitsu, but oh man, like this is just one of the biggest changes of any of the characters in Tekken 8, just like Yoshimitsu, and I am unbelievably happy with this. This is great. This is great.